Whitney is still connecting to audio.
We are live. No, I'm not ending a meeting. It doesn't want to do anything kind.
I think it's live now.
Yes.
I had it open on my phone. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now it's going. Hi, everyone. Everyone who is at least coming in there. Girl, how are you doing, Ange?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay. I got questions.
Got questions.
I got questions.
For us? For life? Your hair looks
Both.
good.
Thanks. Let me tell her that it's fixed.
So Whitney's joining, but who else are we waiting for? Mo and
Mo
V?
and V.
Okay.
It's an all ladies night.
Well, ladies
there. Oh yes, a ladies evening. Ladies afternoon. Oh, look at your hair.
So cute.
Very nice.
Oh, it's the same wig. It's just wet.
It looks pretty.
Good. And that's what matters.
Fix the bank, girl. Get yourself together. Hi, guys.
Ooh.
That's so cute.
I love all this glamour.
Look at your hair.
Very nice. Very
Oh, it's the
nice.
same
I
wig.
feel so bad. Whitney has been connecting to audio this whole time. That's what matters.
Oh.
Bank, girl. Get yourself together. Hi, guys.
Ooh. How y'all
Hey, are you
doing? Yes, we are live.
No, but I'm asking V, are you watching us as well?
Oh,
V?
no, that was me. I had two screens up at once.
Oh, okay.
It was
I was like,
all my fault.
I'm
All
hearing
of it.
Zoom was saying that it was V, it was coming from V's mic or something, but it was not.
Okay.
Yeah, that was weird.
Mine was.
Is it repeating still?
Is it still repeating?
Oh.
I don't know why.
Okay.
It was
I was
all
like,
my fault.
I'm
All
hearing
of
everything.
it.
Let me see.
Oh, now I hear it. Who is
V's
that?
mic, but it was not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
weird.
me? No. Is it repeating still?
Is it still repeating?
I think it stopped now.
Okay. I don't know why. Okay. Wait a minute. I just heard myself.
Got her shoulders out too. Come on, shoulders. Let me see.
Oh, now I hear it. Who is that?
Action.
I also have a sweater just in case I get cold.
No. Is it repeating still?
Is it still repeating?
I think
It's
it's
still repeating. Okay.
Oh, it was, yeah, it is repeating. Just now.
Why is it still repeating?
Got her shoulders out.
That's odd.
I hate the way my voice sounds. Ew.
Oh no, I like how your voice sounds.
Your voice sounds fine.
Fun and light. Carl. Carl's in the chat.
Uh-oh. Okay, no more echoing, no more. Carl is in the chat. Hey, Carl. How are you ladies doing? And welcome to 𝐒𝐤𝐿. Happy belated Mother's Day, right? Yes, it's happy belated Mother's Day too. Because, two of them, because in Europe, it's a week. It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you had, and in the UK, don't they have like Mothering Sunday in March?
What's
Is
the
it March?
difference? Mothering Sunday and Mother's Day are two different things?
No.
Well, in the UK, it's just on a different day, and they call it Mothering Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I'm catching up.
I think I learned that like recently, like a couple of years ago. For a really long time, I just thought it was the same in the whole world.
Okay. No, so did I, because I was like, oh, okay, and left it alone. And then I was like, Really?
Out and come
That's-
back in. Because I'm not hearing it.
Yeah,
I don't
because
hear
I'm
you.
not hearing it either.
Me either.
I shut down
Try-
all of
try
my
and exit,
stuff.
come back.
Wait a minute. Wait, do you have something on, Whitney?
She's muted.
I know. Oh, yeah, she's muted. Okay, then no, we wouldn't hear your stuff, would we?
It's okay.
So how you doing? How you feeling?
My advice is the same IT advice: unplug it and plug it back in. So like exit and then come back
Yeah.
and see. If it works. Hopefully, when it comes back, it's all good.
Yeah, because
I am.
I'm like sitting here checking everything, and I'm like, nope, that's off, that's off, that's off, that's closed, that's muted. Yeah, it's constant.
Can you send me, Jermaine, like the meeting ID and password so I can do it from my laptop and not from my phone, please?
You don't have Discord on your computer?
No.
Oh.
I don't even know my
Um,
password. If I ever get kicked out, you guys, I'm gonna be so sad. Because
Just
I don't
make
even know.
sure I forgot my password. My mom does that every single time.
Oh, that's funny.
Make a
how
new
am I
password.
gonna do that? Okay, V's coming back in. Okay, send it here. Okay, that means I have to open up something again. Where am I
I'm
gonna open
sorry.
it?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
It
that's
is-
okay. I just gotta. How about now?
It's better now.
Okay.
Uh,
So I was like, no.
Carl said blow on the cables.
Jerk face. Jerk.
like the old Nintendo cartridge.
Just blow on it. Be all right. Just
I wonder who came up with that. Like, is this scientific or if this is just somebody just caught on? Because how does everybody know that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just remember doing it.
I don't know. Good question. I mean, I saw my brother do it because he's older than me, and so I learned a lot of stuff from just the older sibling. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know who told him.
Yeah, just the thing. It's across the
Because we
board.
had-
Everybody knows.
Had an Atari. Y'all remember Atari?
I do.
I've heard of it, but I never played it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We
what that
had Atari.
We had an Atari console, and then we got Nintendo, and then my brother was pretty Nintendo like loyal until maybe Sega. We had a Sega Genesis. We had a Dreamcast. Remember Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Or Cube, or whatever it was called. It was like a box,
Mhm.
and it didn't take off. And then
What
I
I'm
don't
hearing is
had
your
a
parents
PlayStation.
had money. They bought y'all all the consoles.
Not at the same time.
Yeah. But every time one that came out, we got a Nintendo, one Nintendo. We skipped the 64. We got a PlayStation, the PlayStation 1, and then we got a 3. Like we didn't
We
get
didn't have
everything.
PlayStation, I don't think. We never had PlayStation. We had Xbox.
Oh,
Xbox, Nintendo, no.
I
Xbox.
don't.
Thank you, Whitney.
I don't know.
Carl, I was not a gamer. My brother was a gamer, and I lived in the same house.
I love it. My brother was a gamer and I lived in the same house.
I had access to all of these things, but I wasn't the reason we had them. He was the reason we had them in the first place.
Amiga.
Mhm.
What is Amiga?
A
Amiga.
friend. You had a friend.
No,
Yeah.
You're
No.
saying that you were like, I had friends, so I didn't need to play video games like you, loser.
it was like a keyboard, and it had a disk drive inside of it, and you plugged it into your TV, and you could have a joystick, and you could play games on it like that.
Oh, I didn't know about
But
that.
it was like a very 80s, 90s type thing.
That sounds like Atari.
Yeah, similar to Atari.
Okay. Okay.
Minus the keyboard, though.
Oh. No, I had a Atari and I played Super Pong really, really well. Mas- I could do both. I could play on both sides. I was, ding, 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 ding. I was
My sister had an Xbox, so I did play that. And then we got the Xbox 360 as well. But that's it. But we bought that with our own money.
mm.
computers mostly.
I think I had a. No, I didn't have PlayStation. What is the game? What is the one that you played when all the 007 thingies came out? Was that a
Oh,
PlayStation?
the N64.
That was an N64. Okay,
So,
I remember having
what, the Bond game?
yeah, when
I think that was N64.
when
I'm
Pierce
100%
Bronson when
certain because
Pierce
I didn't have that console, but
Brosnan.
I think that game was on that console.
Okay, I know when it was when Pierce Brosnan was
Mm.
Bond, and they had one of the games there. I don't know, and that's it. It's all the games I ever had. Never had any more.
GoldenEye was on the N64.
GoldenEye was on N64. Okay, then we had an N64, and then that was it. And then I wasn't really. Do you guys play any games on your phone? That's a question.
No, not for a long time. I used to,
Mhm.
but
I play too many.
You
What
play
was that?
what?
I play too many.
You play too many.
I had to delete some of the games off my phone because I will get caught up and then I'm like, well, I need more coins. $1.99 here, $2.99 here. I said, girl, I checked my bank account. What
Mhm.
happened to my money? You've been
Yeah.
playing that damn game. That's
I held out.
That's why I had to quit playing Candy Crush.
It's a setup. They know what they're
I
doing.
held out for so long, not spending any money on games. I held out for so long, like years. I'd be playing these games that, oh, money, never mind, delete, uninstall a new game, or I would just be like, I'll just keep playing the free version. And even if I lose the level, I'll just keep playing until eventually I win without having to spend money. Because it is possible to do, but it just takes several tries. And then I think one day I was just like, people are out here spending hundreds of dollars on a PlayStation console.
Oh,
And you're like, I don't want to spend $1 on this game. And then I thought, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Can I do it? And I think also like the childhood fear of like spending money on a game and then like your parents finding out and being like, who spent $30 on Candy Crush or whatever? I don't know. I guess I just so anyway, one day I did it and I was like, wait a minute, it's my money.
Do what I want.
I can spend it. And so I did. And then I was like, uh-oh, I've opened a door.
yeah. I've
Yeah.
done both. We were talking about it. I was like, I got disgusted with myself there for a minute. Just because I was like, I bought an Xbox 360, I think, or Xbox one of those. And then I bought Mr. a PlayStation 2. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you?
You're like, who am I?
Yes, who would do it? What? And it was just like a Valentine's Day gift. Like, why would you do such a thing? That was dumb. I'm so glad I'm not that no more. And I'm old. Because that sucks.
Oh my God. No, I don't I think I have one game. I try every now and then, but I had my friend's daughter. She took my phone because I guess she thought it had games. She goes, "You have no games on your phone." I'm like, "No."
None.
And she literally like did a deep dive search. She was flipping and all. I was like, "No, I have no games on my phone." And she looked at me like I was an alien. Gave me back my phone like, here, you're worthless. This look on her face like, you are no use to me.
Utter disappointment.
Utter. And then I got a game on the phone, but it's just one game. And she can't find it. Even every time she goes on the phone, you still don't have any games in your phone, Auntie. And I'm like, sorry. But I have one game. I play it a lot. And I refuse to spend a dime. And I do not. I think I'm up to like
game?
It's see, I have to go look see what Lily's Garden.
Is that the
one they always advertised on Facebook like a bunch of years ago? And I was like, let me go.
Is it a merging one or is it a finding one?
It's not a merge, I don't think. Or maybe it is.
How do you play it?
No, you have to, build fix stuff in the house and the this and the that. And but you have to gain points and you have to do the puzzles, but it's not like these, save the king and feed the kid and the baby and stuff. It's more of it's a literal puzzle where you have to break it down and knock things out. And sometimes I sit there and just play the puzzle. I forget. And all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, that got like 300 points. Let me go play the game for a while because I got all these points. I can play the game for days. And they're like, but for 20 crowns, you can get this many coins. I ain't worried about that. And I just put my coin.
I used to play Project Makeover,
Mhm.
and I played that game heavy. Like I was on level 500 and who knows what, because it's similar to what you're talking about, Jermaine, where like you need points or coins to do the game, which is making people over, like changing their hairstyle, changing their clothes, fixing up their room, changing the paint on the walls, choosing a different floor and a carpet and a whatever. And you need coins to do all of those things. So to get coins, you have to play the matching puzzle. It's like it's like Bejeweled or Candy Crush or whatever, where you make a match and you have to do the things in the number of turns that they give you or whatever. That one I played heavy for over a year. Before that, I was playing Merge Dragons a lot. Does anyone know Merge Dragons? So Merge Dragons is a merging game where if you get 3 dragons of the same kind or 3 eggs of the same kind or whatever, then you put them in the same thing to like you literally drag them into the same spot and then you merge them and they become an evolved version of that dragon. And then there's a top, and then when you get to the very, very top of the evolution ladder, I guess, of that dragon, then you can, when you merge 3 of those dragons, I think you like make a new nest, or I can't remember. I played that a lot. I played that a lot for over a year. And so I find a game that I love and I stick with it for like ages, and then I start to feel like I'm not an adult. And so then I'm like, I should stop it. So I uninstall. And then I find a different game. So right now my game.
I disappeared totally when I did that. I was trying to show you. Show it. All right, it's not going to show it. It's being the geek. I'll send you a picture later. But it's like a puzzle game. But I like it.
Makeover for a while too. And just I spent money on that one. I did, to get the extra lives, because you only had like 5 lives. And I'm like, no, I need more lives so I could do it. Terrible.
Or wait 20 minutes or
however long till they stock back up. No, I need to play now. I need to do the things.
It's because they know you're going to be impatient and will buy.
Impatient. They got me.
I was never that impatient. I'd be like, nope. And usually I played it when I was going to bed anyway. So I'm like, I can't even stay awake. That would just be wrong. I'd be up all night hours playing this. Oh, I ain't got no more life. Ain't got more life for 20 minutes. Going to bed. Going to bed.
I did that one. And like the design, the house design, and you go up against the other people designing their rooms, and whoever gets the most votes win. I played that for a while. Spent some money on that one too. Jeez.
Shame. That's all right.
Carl said he's seen ads for that game, and I'm not sure which one he means. He may mean Project Makeover, but one of the things that pisses me off is strong. One of the things that I find annoying about the ads specifically for Project Makeover is that that's not how you play the game. That's not how the game, none of the ads are actually what the game is like to play. So it will be something like, there's a person and they stink and they've got like hair everywhere and like pimples, and you have to pop the pimple and you have to like wax their leg, and you actually see the waxing of the leg in the ad, and it makes you think, wow, this is a really like detailed, involved game. And then you play the game and it's not that at all.
Same with Lily's Garden. They make it look so animated and like they're moving, and then you get the game, it's like, all right, fine.
Right,
Yeah.
because I downloaded it after seeing the ad for it, and I was like, "What is this? This is nothing. This is not even the same thing."
Mm-mm.
Yes, exactly, V. A whole
Yes.
melodrama movie of a
Yes.
girl getting dumped while, however many, 8 months pregnant, and she moves into a house and it's falling down. But then when you get into the actual game, it's all static and it's just like tap, fixed,
Mhm.
tap, fixed,
Mhm.
tap, fixed, and there's no
There's
Right.
none of that what we saw in the commercial. I'm like, y'all are just
Full of it.
mm.
False advertising. I need my money back.
Yeah,
Well,
hello.
like,
money.
That would satisfy me. I'm like, give me my, but fortunately, I never spent any money, so I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Ooh, not since it's a fresh thing. Since all this talk about Mr. Derek and his crazy with his ex-wife,
Oh, Jackson.
or is it
Yeah.
still his wife?
Mhm.
yeah, his wife, they're not officially divorced yet. Still his wife.
I was going to try to watch the thingy jiggy, but I was like, no, I cannot. But I watched Ryan Davis's like 7 minute. I'm like, that works, because that's just how I felt when I'm like, this man should have been watching him. She should have been watching his internet, the internet, Derek, because
Yeah,
that's who told you who he was.
I watched it because you shared it.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, he's right.
In a
Derek
nutshell,
Jackson on the internet was warning his wife about
Derek
himself.
Jackson, the husband.
Derek Jackson in the house.
But
And
don't
then
you
she
think
watching
that
his
makes
content.
him exceptionally scary? Like, he's not just
Yes,
any cheater. He's
the psychopath.
something is going on up here.
Psychopath.
That's a bit twisted.
Yeah.
And it
Because he still has a really large following.
Yep.
He's still creating this content with this message in spite of everything that's come out about him. It's very strange.
It's almost, it's like if he was single and doing this, I could have
No,
accepted it.
no.
If this, like this, I just could have said, okay, this sounds like someone who's inspiring himself as well as others to become a better person. If he was single,
But I feel like
go ahead.
The way he comes across, I mean, I never really was into him that much. I came across his content here and there, but I just would watch and go, oh, all right, and then move on. I was never a follower, but I don't know. I just feel like there's something really twisted about the fact that everyone knows that he is what he is, and yet they still follow him. I find it really weird. I'm like, what is it about him? And even the way he presents himself, it's so sincere and delivered with so much conviction. I don't understand. I'm like, is he okay?
It's a good
Do you know what I
actor.
mean?
He's a really
The
good.
cognitive dissonance must be really, really friggin' strong,
Yeah.
Because I actually think he believes what he says when he's saying it.
He does, with all of his little heart and soul.
And he's right.
He's
right. This messed up about it is that the stuff he's saying is true and correct. And like I followed him when I was in like university. Me and a friend of mine would talk about his content a lot. Like we would share his videos with each other, just being like, yes, 100%, this man gets it, or whatever. And then to find this out, it's like
it's like wrong messenger.
Yeah, he has a really good knack of saying what women want to hear. And
so sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, and that is what the men peoples be doing. Well, not all of them, but you know what I mean?
Is it just what women want to hear, or is it just right?
I think it's both.
I think it's both, because they don't want, it is true, but it does not align with who he is. So to him, he's just saying what women want to hear, because it does not align with who he is as a person at all.
In turn, he was saying exactly who he was as a person while he was saying what should be as a man. which is creepy,
That's
which makes
crazy.
it, like you say, it makes it more psychotic,
Yeah.
you know. And it's like, yeah, why people follow him? And then, and I mean, I thought about it. It's like, why people are still following him? He hasn't lost that much. And I think to myself, people will people follow for the freakiness of it. They'll stay in there because it's just, you know, it's like, oh, what's gonna happen next? You know, like a soap opera. They got to see that next episode, no matter how stupid or crazy it might have been, you know. And you know,
That
then you have
blows
those followers who just like, I'm just gonna stick by him, like his wife did.
I'll be
That
honest. There's
blows
a
my
lot of
mind.
pages I follow on Facebook that I don't remember following.
Mm.
Me too.
I've been just not on Facebook like that anymore. Like I used to be. I've been on Facebook since I was in university. That's a long time ago. And so there's a bunch of pages. I had to check just now just to be like, did I unfollow him? And I did, thankfully. But there's a bunch. Sometimes that's the case. Like you don't follow this person except for what you see on Facebook when it happens to pop up.
Right.
You don't know what's going on in his real life and stuff like that. And I was just looking, and his Mother's Day post, someone I follow liked it. And I'm pretty sure she doesn't know. I'm certain she doesn't know about
The drama.
the other stuff. Because I only found out about his other stuff through Kev on Stage, the podcast. Like when they first did that thing with the bonnet and whatever, I think it was the podcast where I found out about it. So
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
if
I
you're
found out.
following people who talk about that stuff, you may still not know.
Mhm. What's his name? There was a lady, I think she could end up getting sued, but like Tasha K, I found out because she exposed him. Like she had one of his mistresses or some of the girls come on and call and say exactly. And so I'm just like, how, like it's so known, it was so viral. How do they not know what happened? You know, because it was such a big deal. It was everywhere when it happened. I think some of the people that were introduced to Derek Jackson was introduced to him by the cheating scandal.
Yeah.
Like, and then they went back and played catch up, like, see what happened. But I listen, I hate to say it, if Kev cheats on Melissa, I cut my Patreon off, sir. You ain't got, don't even worry about it. I ain't got nothing for you, sir. I hate to tell you, because part of the reason why we rock with you is because you love your Black woman. And if you ain't gonna love on her right, I don't want to fool with you. It ain't, you ain't that damn funny. Cut it off. No, that's terrible.
Yeah, I always knew if they divorced, I was gonna listen.
Yeah. But we riot at dawn. How dare you, sir? Why would you do anything? Yeah,
We unsubscribe at dawn.
Yeah.
That's why I was laughing.
Subscribe at dawn.
Just be like, see the horses.
Yes. But even on HTT, I was listening to him because I think I was coming home from somewhere and I'm listening to him, and he was in it. That when talking about it, it was almost like we're just boiling his blood to even talk about it, and to think that, and to just the degradation that he did to his own wife. And he was I'm sure he was holding himself and cut, but he was boiling. And then to listen to his wife just excuse him, you know, but then talk about how, you know, she knew after a while, and then she tried to emulate these women that he was messing with her on. And I'm like, I'd have to go.
The fact that there are videos that she said, and I've only seen the clips that were in Ryan's thing, and that Kev shared. This woman said she watched him having sex with these other women and then tried to imitate that. And I'm like, watched? Were you there, or did he record this? And how what? Like,
Yeah.
it just gets worse and worse. Like, it's one thing to say, I saw the women that he was having sex with and I tried
Right.
to look like them, but to say, I actually saw that and I tried to.
Emulate it. Because then I'm
I
like, what were
there's
you doing?
great
I didn't
art
even want to question if she,
one.
I'm like, I thought the same thing. I'm like, please, I don't even want to question in my head. Were you in the room? Please tell me you are a video. And then I thought to myself, no. I
Oh,
that hurt my heart.
mm,
Then
mm,
I think to myself, do I know women or have I known women who are kind of like this,
mm.
you know? And
That hurt.
I had to really think about it. Do I know who have some of these traits? Do I have some of these traits? I mean, I thought I was digging deep into, and I thought to myself, nah. I think, with most women, there's a point.
Yeah.
And I don't think emulating the girls you're cheating with is it. It's way above that. It's, you've been sleeping with how many other women while you were with me? Before we got married, after we got married, before was enough. And then I
Oh,
went on and carried on. And after, nah.
I am so surprised that woman didn't end up on Snap. She should have been, that's how the women we know that end up, well, we don't know, but we see them on Snap. That's what we see. Women who kill. Those are the women we see. That go through stuff like that. Most of them, no, I don't think you're supposed to. No, she wasn't supposed to do that. Go through that. That is, oh,
and she had already went through a trauma before meeting him.
yeah. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. I think he knew exactly how to pick her.
Yeah.
I think he
Groomed her. He groomed her.
Oh, yeah. And I wish nothing for the best for her,
Yeah.
going forward. I hope she gets all the whatever she needs, girl. And that's all I can say is I wish the best for her, honey, because my video would have been on the big screen when he came home. Me with his best friend, big screen playing on the living room. Oh,
well,
yeah, I'm just saying, you're not gonna watch you, and you don't think it's terrible. No, I would probably just leave, but get my lick back is strong in me. So I would be like your daddy, your best friend, your uncle, playing in the house on the TV when you get home. I got them all. Sorry. Get this. It's terrible, huh?
You said daddy?
His daddy, his uncles, his best friend, his cousins.
she gonna turn them all out.
I'm just saying, there's no way. She was just like, I'll pray about it. Girl, no, something got to give. You either it ain't down. The Lord give you common sense, and sometimes you either got to use it. This just turn the other cheek and let this man just walk all over you and destroy. No. No. I am very Medea in that way. I need him to get got now. We'll pray about it later. I'll ask for forgiveness. My bad, Lord. I'm so sorry. But right now,
you got to get got.
Yes, something you got to give. He not finna just absolutely not embarrass her. Like, no.
Yeah, this is gonna drag. This is gonna drag for a while, and he just out there like it's all right, and they're gonna text us saying I want a divorce. I see. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. I have had to write a lot of emails to people in business, and when I don't get a response back, I write again. And then I'm like, my mind is like, I am pretty on paper. Don't let me come to you. Don't let me come. You don't want me there. You don't want me there. And if that was my, and I forgive you, and you going to text me, I want a divorce. And we in the same house?
That's
Oh.
so true.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Let me go upstairs and talk to you. Let me go upstairs and have a little chat with you because apparently you don't know proper etiquette.
Yeah.
Because that was mad. You're going to text her and say, I want a divorce. I would have. That would have been a waiting to exhale.
Thank you.
Oh, child. Honey.
I wish I could be like the bigger person and just be like, I'll just leave, just get my items and leave.
Yeah.
But I don't think I am that grown yet. I'm gonna have me a waiting to excel moment too.
I think I'm more likely to destroy property than like have sex with this family.
Yeah,
Me too.
that's the better way to do it. But I just feel like
I don't know that it's
go
better.
lower, I go lower.
But
Yeah, gutter. Yeah, let's go to the gutter with this. Let's go. Let's see who can go lower. Let's figure out.
I'm not even gonna go. It's not even the point of going low. I'm gonna go sideways. I'm gonna show you something you ain't seen. You've seen this demure that all right.
Yeah. While she was cursing all the people talking about her husband, she should have been putting a root on him and his little nasty wee. That's what she should have been doing.
But he will get got.
V is in the chat cursing. Who are you cursing, V? May his muscles shrink and his head get small.
Yes.
All of the heads. Oh yeah, whatever his name. Dark.
Yeah. Put all the roots on him is what she should have been doing.
Honey.
All those curses that she was putting out on her video.
Yes.
On other people and everybody else.
While she was collecting her items, she didn't have to go low like we would go low or go sideways, but root him and get your items is what you should have been doing, ma'am.
It's like, no, this is not who you need to be, and this is not who you need to be with. And he needs to, oh gosh, sorry.
And take care, because I'm sure she didn't have a prenup because he wasn't nobody really. So then took care.
Yeah, he probably didn't think she would even do anything.
Yeah.
But now he's asked for a divorce. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, I know I'm brighter now because my light was dim and it's getting dimmer outside, but it's still pretty sunny outside. Okay, my next thing. This happened to me at work today. It happened actually a few times, but then it happened at work today. But here's the thing. When you get an appointment and then the person cancels. Now, maybe the first time, you're like, oh, okay, no problem. Because
who are you? Are you the customer or are you the...
No, this is a customer.
Provider.
This is a customer, books an appointment, and within like 2 or 3 minutes, sorry, I booked it on the wrong day. Can you just take it away? It's on the wrong day. It was, I'm like, okay, no problem. Took it away. And then, call, leaves message in between. Oh, do you have bookings today? Blah, blah, blah. All that happens in between. And, I always redirect people to the website. And then you get an appointment and it's there. And you're at work. So you're fixing your schedule to make sure everything is cool. And then you find out the person's not coming. They're like, oh no, I made a mistake. No. See, once was a mistake. You've done it again. Oh, but I mean, that's just, and it's like, no, I'm at work. I have a lot at this time. And then you're contacting me to say no. And not even to say you did it on the wrong day, but you would message,
Do you have 24-hour cancellation policy?
I have 24-hour cancellation policy. This person booked the appointment on the day. So the first time I was like, okay. Second time I was like, see, now you're going to have to hear words and or pay. So I gave him words. No, I could still
Do they
make him
have
pay.
deposit?
Huh?
Do they have to do a deposit?
No. So, but what do y'all, in your own situation, what would y'all do?
I mean, something like that happened to me,
Mm,
where I had a no-show twice. Same person was a no-show twice.
mhm,
We booked, like, we set up but it was Zoom. It wasn't like I had
Right.
to go anywhere, thank goodness. But
mhm,
we set up a thing. I sent a confirmation email the day before, showed up to the thing. I waited for 15 minutes, didn't show up. Sent him like a follow-up, like, hey, sorry, like, not sure what happened. Hope everything's okay. He responds like a week later, oh, sorry about that. Can we set up some time for today? And my first thought was like, oh, sorry about that. That's not enough of an apology for me. Thank you very much. But also, maybe we can have that conversation face to face. Like, let me save it for if we actually speak.
Right.
So we set up another appointment. It wasn't for that day, but it was like a couple days from then. And I followed up with a confirmation email, no show again. And I felt so stupid because I'm like, he was a no-show the first time and he wasn't particularly apologetic. He said sorry about that, but you know what I mean? Like, there are ways to make it clear that you are genuinely sorry versus just sorry about that, which is like a throwaway polite thing to say.
mhm.
And so for the second one, I think I only waited around for 7 minutes, and then I logged out and I sent him another one saying, are you still interested in meeting? Because, you didn't show up for the meeting that you rescheduled.
Mhm.
With him, like, I didn't say, it's not like he was like a no-show. And then I said, do you want to try again? He was a no-show. I was like, is everything okay? And then he said, sorry about that. Let's reschedule. He said, let's reschedule. And then he was a no-show to that. And then like a week later or a few days after the second no-show, he's like, I'm so sorry, Angelique. I wasn't able to make it. Didn't explain why. He just said, I'm so sorry, Angelique, that I wasn't able to make it. Can we reschedule for next week? And so at that point, I was like, I'm not going to say no, but I'm also not going to try very hard. So what I usually do when I first connect with someone is I will, because I'm not as established as you, Jermaine, I sit with them and I say, okay, I'm free on this time and this time, or I have available, I give them 2 days and times, and I ask which one is good for them. And then I set the appointment and I send them an email. But this time I said to him, if you want to meet with me, you can book an appointment here. And I sent him a link to my calendar and I just left it at that. But I did say, there's no pressure to meet with me. So if you're not able to, please only book a time when you are available. And then I think I said something like, I would love to talk with you, but a third no-show will tell me that you don't actually want to work with me. And to this day, up until this moment in time, he has not booked a time with me. He has not responded to that message. And so, yeah, it's my attitude is, first, I would, if it was like a thing like yours, where it's like they're booking an appointment to come in and you perform a service that they will then have to pay for. Yeah, I would take a deposit at least, in addition to the 24-hour cancellation policy. And for same days, I think I would have a policy for same day. Like, if you book it for same day and you don't come, then you still owe me money. $50, $10, whatever it is. Even if it's just a little bit of money, like, just to make it feel like, schedule your time properly, or walk in. Like, if you don't know when you're going to be available, just show up. When you show up, then I'll tell you how long you have to wait. Kind of. I don't know. I'd be pissed though. I'd be really.
Yeah, it's because it doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot. I mean, I think a few times it's happened where people have forgotten even, and like I've called them. And this one woman, she's like, "Oh my God, I thought it wasn't." She freaked on the phone. She thought it was the following week. She was like, "I'm so sorry. I was here with the kids. I told them got my time. Oh God," and I was like, okay, calm down. She sound frantic. I said, okay, calm down, but she paid, but I told her this should, of course, sent her, you know, my invoice or whatever else, you know. And I mean, it's certain particular points, I you know, with anybody, not just with my job, with any kind of job that you have where it comes to appointments or even just people in general. Because I had a friend who was late all the time. All the time. To the point where I looked at her, I was like, do you own a watch? Are you going by a sundial?
What is that
Is
friend? No.
huh?
Look at him crying, laughing. Look at mommy. Yeah, hold it.
It is you and you are them.
Say what?
I wish I could have just disappeared off the screen. Like, you know what? Let me. I need to go. It is.
But how
Yes, on behalf of your friend, I am so sorry. We have terrible time management skill. There's no, like, people's bodies know what time has passed. My body does not know how long it's been. I have to like set multiple alarms to make sure. Yeah.
Bad
How
girl.
late is late for you, Jermaine?
No, sorry.
Huh?
How late is late for you?
Like if I said we'll meet at 8 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
and you come at 8:05,
Yeah.
that's late. I'm not stewing. I'm not stewing at all at 8:05. I'm not upset. But like in time management points, 8:05 is late. But for me, no. I mean, as long as I know, because sometimes, you know, usually you have people who are prompt, who are just maybe a few minutes late because of the train or whatever, and that's understandable. I don't have no problem with that. You know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that's cool. But either way, you have to, you know, let someone know. Don't just have you standing there. Now, look at your face. You just confessing with the laughter. Don't let.
Just hush, V. Hush. Hush. Just hush.
If you know you're like, oh man, I'm still stuck on the train and it's 10 minutes to the time you're supposed to be someplace, let somebody know. So then I'm not worried about, did something happen? Are they late? Because it doesn't matter how many times someone comes late, even if they're late, you're like, I hope nothing happened. That's my first thing. I hope nothing happened. You know.
Just a little text.
Hmm?
Just a little text.
Yeah, I will let you know. I am about,
and that's
5
cool. That's
minutes
cool.
late.
As I mean, with most people, if I think with anybody, if you let them know, okay, then we're just gonna talk about your behind later on. But let me know so I can be all right, fine. You know, I know she's gonna come at this time instead of this time. You know, I'm cool. But if you just walk up 20 minutes late, like I'm supposed to be there waiting for you, we having words. We having words.
There's a thing about time that I recently learned about that is like stuff that we kind of know intuitively, but we don't talk about it a lot. And it's like there's oh no, I'm gonna forget what it's called. But there's 2 different types of time. And one type of time is the more Eurocentric way, which is a heavy reliance on like the clock and like what the clock says. And if the clock says 8 o'clock, then 8:01 is late and things like that. And then the other time, I'm going to Google it so I can get the actual name right. I think there's like chronistic and something else. Anyway, and then the other type of time is more based on like rhythms, like how the day is going. And so one is, you know, standardized and the other is relative. And the relative one is what I think many people who are not quiet use, because when we talk about Jamaican people time or CP time or like I feel like every country that's not white European has a time, Hawaiian time, whatever. And it seems to always be people of color or people who are not from that sort of like white Eurocentric heritage background. And it's something about like if I say I'm going to meet you, we're going to meet in the afternoon, you follow the rhythm of how your day is going, and then you show up when you're ready, which doesn't match show up at 2 if the person's rhythm is having them show up at 2:33, 3:34. And then if you think about like the party starts at 2, but if you show up at 2, no one's there, and like the host is not dressed yet because they're still cleaning or still cooking or whatever. And so it's like known within certain cultures that if I say 2 o'clock, that means show up at 3 or 4. And if you show up at 2 and 3, you're going to help me set up, because obviously it's not ready yet, that kind of thing. And that's that sort of time. I'm going to look it up, continue talking, but I'm going to look up the terms just so that I can, if you wanted to. But yeah, I think it's so interesting because I was raised with a military dad. And so, you know, if to be on time, you got to be there 5-10 minutes early. That's on time. And then if you show up right at the minute, you're technically late because it's going to take you some time to like put your bag down or get yourself settled or whatever. And then of course, anything past that time is like egregiously late. Like, you don't respect me, you don't respect my time. And now I'm like, if I'm going to like a meet, if it's work related, I try to be early. If it's friends, I just try to get there within the first 0 to 5 minutes. I try for that. And if I'm the one waiting, I usually give a 10-minute grace period where I'm just sort of like, it's whatever, unless we're meeting for something that starts like a play or something where they close the doors on you and like they won't let you in if you're late, that kind of thing. Then I'm very like, we need to be 30 minutes early, please. But if it's like we're meeting for coffee or we're meeting for whatever, and I think it depends too on how long the event's going to be. Like if you're meeting for a 30-minute thing, then every minute kind of counts. But if you're meeting for a 2-hour hangout session and I'm 5-10 minutes late, or you're 5-10 minutes late, it's like, I don't know, technically late, but also it's like, whatever. That's how it feels for me.
V, what were you going to say?
I agree that it depends on context of what the event is. But if I was casually meeting up with a friend for coffee and we agree a time and I show up at that time and that person has me standing on the street for like an hour, I'm pissed. I'm sorry, I am. Because I feel like the person is taking the piss out of me and my time, because I've organized my time to be there on time. I've arranged my day, I've completed my tasks, I've got washed, I've dressed, I've gotten ready, and I've made my way there. And you still feel that it's acceptable to just have me waiting there like a lemon for you. I find it to be really rude. I do. Yeah. And it's gotten me really, really angry with people. So I get it, like, it's not a precise, like, oh, I have to be here at 2 o'clock, otherwise the bomb's going to blow up or something. It's not that deep. But also, don't have me standing there like an idiot. If we've agreed this time, well, what the hell other time are you going to show up for? Like, I don't understand it, because it's like, so I'm just here, just waiting and hoping you'll be here in the next 10 minutes. I don't know. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that uncertainty, because I'm just standing there like a lemon, and I hate that. I hate that.
I always, so first of all, absolutely, an hour, ridiculous. For me, 30 minutes and I'm gone. But if it's like, okay, if it's something like we're meeting for coffee, we're meeting to eat, I have just sort of like made an agreement with myself, and I made this agreement with myself like maybe 10 years ago, that I'm not standing outside and waiting for anybody. What I'm doing is, if we say this is where we're going to eat, I'm going to sit down. And I get a table for 2. If they let 2 people, if they give you a table, even if your other person's not there yet, then I'll get a table and I'll sit down and I will wait 5-10 minutes for you. If you're still not there, I'm ordering coffee. If you're still not there after I'm done my first cup of coffee, I'm out. Or if I'm hungry, I'll eat. But like, I've just sort of decided that there are certain things that I do so that I don't get upset. And part of what makes me upset when I'm waiting for someone is if I'm hungry, if I'm tired, if I'm like, You know what I mean? Like, we're here to like relax. This is not relaxing. I want to relax, so I'm going to relax. And I'm just going to treat it like I'm just out by myself. And then if you want to show up, you can show up. And then afterwards, we can have a conversation about whether or not you respect me and my time. But in that moment, I try to, it doesn't always work, but I try to like.
No, it makes me really angry
Mm.
because the people
I
I've
just don't
fallen out
like
with,
being angry.
where that's happened, they're
Have a
so
reason.
blasé when they eventually do show up.
Yeah, that would
Like
piss
they
me
think
off.
it's okay that I've just been standing there waiting for 2 hours, not knowing when they're going to show up. And in the
Mhm.
meantime, they
Have you
haven't
ever-
bothered. They haven't bothered to tell me where they are. They haven't bothered to tell me if it's because of delays or traffic or what. They haven't kept me updated at all. I just there like an idiot on the side of the road waiting.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I
No,
wouldn't
don't
do
be
that.
sorry. I
If
mean,
that's
Oh, don't be sorry. No,
No.
blow it up.
yeah,
Blow it up.
I'm not happy about that. I don't care about Black Man Time, BMT, CPT, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I'm sorry. So ever since I've gotten the reputation where if you don't show by a certain time and you haven't told me why, because obviously things happen. I'm not always on time to everything because stuff happens that's outside of your control and it can delay you. That's fine. But if you haven't bothered to do that and it's just because you couldn't be asked to get out of bed on time, like, I'm sorry, I'm gone. I've actually left, and then people have been like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm at home."
I've done that.
How long have you ever
I'm
had
at
to wait?
home. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I've
I was
done
like, you
that.
don't respect me. You don't respect my time. You think I'm a mug.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How long? What's the longest you've ever had to wait for someone?
I think one time, I waited like 90 minutes.
Okay.
And I had traveled where they live in relation to where I live and where the place that we were meeting, I had traveled the furthest.
Right.
I think I had to be on the train for like an hour and a half or something like that to get where they were. And they were like round the corner. And I was waiting there and I was in an area of London that was not familiar to me and looked a bit sketchy, if I'm honest. And it's dark and it's cold.
Mhm.
And I'm waiting for these people to show up because I don't really know where I am. I don't know if, like, I'm relying on them to take me to the venue that we're going to.
Oh shit.
And when they eventually did show up, it was like, oh yeah. I was like, never again.
I hope you
Never
gave
again.
them.
And the other time it happened, I was going to a concert to see Stevie Wonder. And yeah, I was going to a concert to see Stevie Wonder with this friend, and she had the tickets. She showed up 2 hours late. And I was like, I paid for this. I paid for my ticket. Why am I missing this concert because of you? And what was her reason? Oh, I was sleeping.
No, bitch, you owe me money.
You owe me money.
When I
You
tell
owe me
you that I
money.
have fallen out with people. Like another time it happened, I actually screamed at the guy because when he eventually did show up, he was like, we were already late. And he was like, oh, before we go, can we get some food? I was like, no, why haven't you? You're late. You should have eaten.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I don't like this narrative. I get that it's like a people of color thing, but I don't subscribe to it. I really don't. I don't subscribe to it.
That's not us.
No, that's just trifling people.
People of color, 5-10 minutes late.
To say an hour. I wasn't bringing that up to say an hour or 2 hours late when you're meeting a
But
specific
it seems
person.
to be like it seems to be an ongoing theme with like people of this demographic. In my personal experience, I don't know if it applies to everyone, but in my personal experience, it's like, yeah, an hour, 2 hours late. That's fine. I'm like, no.
Absolutely.
No,
I was like, do you do that in your job?
Thank you.
Like, no. So why do you think it's okay to do that to me? If I mean more to you than the people you work with who are just your colleagues and you moan about every day.
Yeah, but they get to go to work. That's the difference.
Right. I'm your friend. You supposedly respect me as your friend. And you think it's okay to piss about with my time like that? No. No.
I've also, the longest I've waited for someone was about an hour and a half or almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it was a date. And the reason I waited was because we were going to his like cousin's house or something for like a barbecue night thing. It wasn't a first date, but I had to travel to the end of the subway line in that direction to then be picked up by him and his sister to then drive to that house. And so I had managed to get to the subway station by the time that they said to be there. And then I waited there for like an hour and a half before him and his sister showed up. And the only reason I gave him any leeway was because I was like, well, your sister's the one who's driving, maybe, But then on a subsequent date, he was like more than 30 minutes late, 30 minutes to an hour late. And it was just him and I, and we were both taking the subway to get to where we needed to where we were going to meet. And we had not picked a place. Otherwise, I would have just like gone in and sat down and had my drink and then gone home. But so we were supposed to meet at the station. So I'm standing there outside the station, like you said, like a mug for like almost an hour. And then I think I said, I got really upset with him. And then one time he wanted to have like a video chat, and I didn't respond within 4 minutes. And then when I did respond, he was gone. And the next day he's like, oh, you didn't respond, so I went to work out. And I'm like, I have waited for you upwards of 2 hours, up to 2 hours at a time. And you couldn't wait 5 minutes. Like, you couldn't wait 4 minutes. I responded within 4 minutes, and that was too long for you. But I have to stand on the side of the road and wait for you for an hour and a half, and that's fine. And he was like, it's not that serious, Angelique. I'm like, you know what? You're right. It's not that serious. Have a great life. Goodbye. And so I never saw him again. And then, 2 months later, he called me to be like, I want to apologize. You were right. And I'm like, the girl you were dating just dumped you? Okay.
No, but I mean,
So I don't do that anymore. But like the thing I was saying to you is like, I try not to get upset about it. But what I do then is I leave. In order to not be upset about it, I'll get myself a drink. I'll get myself a coffee to like placate my body. And then I'm like, I don't think I want to wait anymore. And then I go home, or I go to a bookstore. I go do something I want to do just so that the day isn't ruined for me, for my own sake. But then as far as that person is concerned, then it's, if they haven't said anything, it's the communication. Like you said, like if you don't text me, send me a quick text. Hey, I'm running late. Hey, I'll be there. I'm like, tell me where you are now. Don't tell me how much longer you're going to be, because I don't trust that. I don't trust that everyone understands how long things take. So someone's like, oh, I'll be there in 5 minutes. And then I'll be like, well, where are you? And then they tell me, and I'm like, it takes 20 minutes to get here from there. What do you mean you're 5 minutes away? Like, that's not possible. Okay. So yeah, I like for people to say, I'm running late. This is where I'm at right now. I'll be there as soon as I can, kind of thing. And if you don't tell me anything, then I'm out. I just leave.
A lot of times with that kind of, like here, everyone is very much on time. So if you say 8 o'clock, they're there at 8 o'clock. But even that is not always appropriate to be there at 8 o'clock. There are certain things you need to be. Something starts at 8 o'clock. You can't be here at 8 o'clock and have it start at 8 o'clock. If this starts at 8, then you need to be here 10, 15 minutes beforehand. That should be your cognitive thought. Okay, this starts at 8. I need to be here 10, 15 minutes before so I can be in my seat, or we can get into the restaurant, or we can do whatever by 8 o'clock, when everything starts. And so in depending on where your timing is, that is a lot of times a deficit. And of course you do have those friends who gonna be late. And so you tell them a half an hour early.
Not that much late. Usually 5-10 minutes.
Baby, don't take this to heart, Mo. No, but I have, there are people who would just, they're going to be 10, 15, 20 minutes late, and you're thinking, you know what? Let me just tell them 30 minutes beforehand. So
I feel like I shouldn't have to do that labor for that person. Like, grow up.
This is true.
I just feel like, grow up. Know how to manage. You're a grown person, grow up.
Yeah. But no, I mean, this was like, no, but it's true. No, V, you're absolutely right. Because I done that. This is years, and this is also years ago. I would like, okay, let me tell him like half an hour before, because we know she's gonna be late. All right. And then of course she'd make it on time. After a while, I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. Like you say, you're a grown-up. You absolutely know how time works. You absolutely know how time works. You do not stop it, girl. Stop talking, Mo.
I think some people do have like an innate sense of what is 5 minutes, how long 5 minutes is. My little brain.
How long is 5 minutes?
5
How long
minutes, but
is
my
5
body,
minutes?
like the time in my body, what I feel like is 5 minutes, don't be what the clock said was 5 minutes. And I'd be like,
So you think the clock is wrong, or
no, my body is wrong. No, it's not the clock.
But
it's my
but okay,
body.
then how do you choose to correct your body?
Oh, I set timers.
Okay.
You
I
said
set timers. Like,
But at least you do something. There are people in our lives who don't do jack.
yeah,
They just
I
think
do
they're
like,
gonna come late, and those are the folk we don't ask to go nowhere with them no more.
like I have to put a
That's right.
timer on my showers. Like I will get in the shower and I have like 45 minutes to get ready. I have to put a timer on while I'm in the shower. Literally, like
Really?
Monique is gonna take, like I have to put my timer on for 15 minutes or 20 minutes in the shower, because if not, I'll be in the shower way longer past the time I was supposed to be. And I don't know why it happens. Like I literally,
Mo,
for every task, I have to put a timer.
I'm like you.
Mhm.
I'm like you. On the one hand, my brain says be on time, be early. If you're not, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late, that kind of thing. My brain says these things. My body exists. I believe my body exists outside of time. My body has no concept of how long things take and like how long I've been doing a thing.
Mhm.
Especially if I'm like hyper focused on a particular task, I can be working on something and think I've been working on it for like half an hour, and I look up and it's been 2 hours. That's happened before. And then I realize, oh, I need to pee. Oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, I'm hungry. But like all of that sensation is just sort of like blocked because I'm so focused on this thing that I'm doing right now, whatever the thing is. So I get the multiple alarm thing. I have a timer on my fridge. I use my phone timer. I use my watch timer. I use all the timers, because otherwise my bathroom clock is set 5 minutes early, and it's like I know that it's 5 minutes ahead, but it still helps me to be like, okay, I've got 5 minutes, or I've got 5 minutes, or 10. Okay, cool. Like it's just enough for me to like just shock me back into my body
Mhm.
and be like, time, pay attention. What I
I
try to do as a result though is whenever I'm like, if it's a um casual thing, like if I'm meeting a friend casually, not for a specific event, then I try to say, I try to give a range, like let's meet between 7:30 or 7:15. I do that, and I still aim for 7, knowing that I'll either get there at 7 or I'll get there somewhere between 7 and 7:15. So like I suggest a range rather than a specific time, and in that way we both are in that sort of 15-minute flex. I try to do that just so that there isn't an expectation that I'll be there right at 7. And if I'm there by 7:15, then we're good, because like you know what I mean? Like we said a time frame and not a time. That helps me sometimes.
Yeah.
I have
set my-
nothing set ahead of time. Everything is on. Like I used to have things like only put this 5 minutes ahead. No, because then, like you say, it's 5 minutes ahead. So, and then I thought to myself, for me, that was after a while, that was like counterintuitive. I said, no, I need to be on time. I should not have to be faked out to to do this. I need to just look at the clock. Okay,
Worry
that's
so much
time.
about
Huh?
Jermaine. You tell what works for you. You said
No,
I
I'm
should not
saying
have to be faked out. But what if you need it, then you need it.
no, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying that it's not needed. I remember that I used to do that. And then
Yeah.
after a while, I realized for myself, I can't do this. I can't fake myself out all the time. It's just not going to always work. So
Was
that's
not
when I
right.
just said, let me just put the time, and the time is the time, and I have to I mean, for me, if I'm meeting somebody, and I mean, if it's something like, oh, a bunch of us are meeting at 8 o'clock, around 8 o'clock at the pier, and let's go hang out, then that's casual time to me. Then that's like, okay, a bunch of people in the meeting. and it's, around 8-ish. Okay, fine. Then I know I can get 8,
Ish,
8:15.
matters.
That's
The ish
cool.
matters.
For me, that's cool. But when I am meeting people or a person and we say a time, then I'm going to expect them around that time. Unless they call and say, "Oh, okay, I know I'm 5 minutes late. I just got off the train." Well, because I've had people who are like, "Yeah, I'm coming. Where are you?" "I'm on my way." That is not telling me
Yeah.
where you are.
Yeah.
I want to know where you are. So I
Yeah.
can judge, and in turn, maybe this person hasn't even left their house yet, and then you're still waiting, so that kind
I
of thing,
getting dressed, yeah.
that kind of thing. But yeah, but
I
like I said, go
share
ahead, babe.
my location. Usually, like if somebody has like an iPhone and I'm meeting them, and I'm
Mhm.
like, "Hey, I'm on my way," and I share my location so
Yeah.
they can see exactly how far I am away from
Mhm.
wherever I'm
And
going
that's
to do.
cool. And that's
Yeah.
cool.
I do that if I'm in a lift, because Lyft allows you to like share the tracking thing for your ride.
Mhm.
Whenever I'm going somewhere in a lift, I'll send whoever I'm meeting that link, same way, so that they can see
Oh, well, that's
where I'm
All righty. Enough about time.
at.
We were all on time.
I was
What I do.
This was late. We started this late talking about time.
mostly because I think I was like 3 minutes late. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be here so fast." My wig is still wet all up in here,
But you
but it's
look good.
okay.
You
It's
look
okay.
good. No, and the whole thing with the link, that was totally my fault because I went on the wrong link. And it was V when she messaged saying, it's saying you're in an MD. I said, I'm in another meeting. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. And then I had to like, huh?
I sent you the same message. I was like,
Yeah.
did you check the link? Because it says you're in another meeting.
Yeah, because I'd seen hers at the same time, and then I saw yours, and I was like, at the time, I'm trying to fix everything, and I was like, okay, let me get out of here. How do I get out of here? And then fishing around. But I'm glad you all are here. The next thing, when I was away, I must say this: when I was away, and I ordered from Popcorn World, and I ordered from them, huh?
Sorry.
Oh, I ordered like a bunch, like about like 12 bags of popcorn. And my goddaughter wanted a couple and everything else. I figured, okay, fine. Let me order it. By the time I get to Nebraska, I'm gonna have everything. And I was getting ready to leave, and I'm like, why isn't it there yet? It's been like a long time. And so I'm like writing and writing, and I'm like, where's my popcorn? It ultimately didn't get to Nebraska. And so I had to move the address to get it to New York. And then I got to New York, and I'm waiting because I'm like, okay, I'm only in New York for like a week, and I actually wanted it in Nebraska because my goddaughter and her sisters, all of them ordered the popcorn, and I'm not an avid popcorn person, and they never got the popcorn. I got to New York, and I'm like, can please let this come? So thankfully, it did come. Thank you, Little Baron. He was on it. I mean, to the point where he contacted me, and he was even apologetic because they've been having some issues over there at Popcorn World. I got it the day before I left to come back here. So
Oh.
I was packing it in my suitcase to bring back to the state to Stockholm. And I thought to myself, I can't eat all this popcorn. That it's just gonna be impossible. I cannot eat all this popcorn. And I got different there was blueberry cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake, caramel cheese something, dill pickle, Hawaiian pizza. I'm trying to remember all the kind I got. Snickers, M&Ms, praline. Wow, and 8 of them. And then there were 4 other ones that I can't remember right now.
Oh.
So those are the flavors plus 4 more that I got.
Well,
So I tasted a few. One of them I got sick. Sorry, LeBaron.
oh.
Yeah, one of them did not agree with my stomach at all. It said, nope, you're in and you're out. And I'm like, okay. But I thought to myself, okay, I can't eat all these. I gotta get them somewhere. So I took them to my job. Because at one of the offices I work at, there are a bunch of IT people that work with games. So I brought all of it there, and I said, look, here's popcorn. Have at it. because I knew they would appreciate it because everyone there is from all over the world. And anytime they go home, they always bring back some stuff. So I was like, here, popcorn. They loved it. They absolutely loved the popcorn. One of the guys practically did a commercial because I videotaped it. They tasted like, well, I think I had like these 9 bags there. They tasted every single one of them. And then they started looking at the list of popcorns and they were like, ooh, does that deliver international and blah, 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 blah. He should encouraging it to have one there because one of the guys was like, he'd probably do really good here. He said, because, Sweden, they love their sweets. And I was like,
Is that why it's called Sweden? Sorry.
Sweden. They do. And they are candy sweets people. And so I was like, cool. And I enjoyed that they liked it. Have you guys ever ordered?
From Popcorn World?
Yeah.
No.
I thought about it, but I never did.
I've never heard of it, but I don't really like popcorn.
Because I remember he used to be on the Zooming with the Homies. Is that what the show is called?
Yep, Zoom with the Homies.
Zooming with the Homies.
Yeah, because Tahir would always talk about it. And then CP was talking about it, the crab leg popcorn. I was like,
Yeah.
I am not getting the crab leg popcorn. And then I thought back in my head, maybe I should have gotten the crab leg popcorn.
Crab leg popcorn?
He has crab legs popcorn. He's got savory popcorn. He's got like barbecue, something, barbecue grill, blah, 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 pop. He's got it. They're savory and sweet.
So think of it like the potato chips, because there's a Utz, I believe is the brand that they have the Chesapeake crab seasoning for the chips. So it's probably something like that for the popcorn, not the actual like.
We do not have that here.
Oh, okay.
We don't have Utz. And we sure enough don't have no Utz barbecue crab leg flavors. But I was pleased. I was glad that they liked it because I was like, I can't sit here and eat these things by myself. And I like the dill pickle.
That sounds like it would be good.
That was good. And I forgot the other ones I have. The pralines, good. And I think I have one other one that I really, really, really liked. And the other ones I liked too, but I think it was just a lot. But they were like, oh yeah, strawberry. I love anything strawberry cheese. I said, but it's popcorn. They adored them all. I was like, okay, have at it. Knock yourselves out. LeBaron, thank you very much for the popcorn and getting it to me when you did, because all the Angry Bird people love it. They did. They loved it. So I'm happy about that. I can't believe y'all haven't bought any popcorn. Then again, I can, because, well, I can believe V, especially because we are far away. That international fee is going to be kicking.
I'd never heard of this brand of popcorn. And also, I'm not a big fan of popcorn in general. So.
Good for you. It's not for you, baby.
Both
not
these
for
American places don't ship to Canada, so I just don't bother.
I think they do. Do they?
I never checked. I just never checked.
Okay. Yeah,
because I probably
mentioned them.
But no, it was actually they were cool. I appreciated all the efforts LeBaron made. So thank you, LeBaron. You were tops. Either way, now, what are y'all gonna do for Memorial Day weekend?
It's Memorial Day.
Well, not for us, V. Huh?
Mother's Day was like last weekend or 2 weeks.
Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, sorry. We don't have that.
What do you mean? Oh, you don't have that either? Oh yeah, Canada. What are y'all doing for Memorial Day weekend?
I have no plans. I just
yeah.
You don't see this. My cat has a sore on her foot. I'm sorry. And I tried to wrap it up and put some Neosporin on it and save her. And I have Neosporin everywhere. And yeah, stupid cat. Trying to help you. Look, go ahead, let your toe fall off. See if I care.
Now. You care.
I don't have.
Yes, you do, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be treating it.
Well,
Right.
she's some more. She lucky I didn't kick her a little behind. Anywho, for Memorial Day weekend, I don't have any like for real plans. I did buy like what you call it thing? Like a slip and slide that has like water balloons
Oh, cool.
for my boys. So I'm
Mm.
gonna probably do that. But I don't have, we usually eat and barbecue, but that's about it.
Hmm. Well, that sounds good.
Mhm.
Barbecuing is good. I need to do something. Well, but I'm not. Maybe I'll barbecue. I have a big thing to barbecue, a meat piece of meat that I could barbecue. I just gotta find the barbecue thingy and put it on the balcony and
Ah.
barbecue it
Mhm.
because it's important. It's very important.
Oh, what's y'all's holiday, V? For Monday?
It's not a
It's
particular.
not anything.
It's just a May bank holiday. We every year on the first Monday of May and in the last Monday of May we have a bank holiday.
Mhm.
Oh,
We have nothing.
I'm jealous a little
With all
bit.
the other bank holidays in the year as well.
So it's just like a random day. We just gonna take off today just because.
It probably has an official origin, but I don't know what it is.
Mm.
The Ontario government here, they did something similar where they created a holiday in February.
Mhm.
And I suspect they did it just so that there was a holiday in February, but they call it Family Day. So they've branded it Family Day, and it's like the day you're supposed to spend with your family, and that's the advertising. But I think they just did it so there was a holiday in February, because February is like, I've read that like February is the hardest month for people in like this hemisphere, like who have winter and like really short days and stuff, because there's like a lot of seasonal depression and stuff like that. And so I suspect they added a holiday in February, but they decided to call it Family Day. So it's
Okay.
for the bank holidays in May, like let's have a holiday. We'll call it something, but it's just a bank holiday.
And that's just crazy. Let's have a holiday. Let's plan a holiday. And then plan it. It's like, okay, let's do this. It's like,
Carl says we don't rock with our banks like that over here. It's not like it's the bank setting the holiday, Carl.
no,
Just
it's not.
But I think over here it is connected to some financial thing.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it is connected to the Bank of England that controls the economy of the UK. So I don't know any more beyond that. I can't explain. I probably have to do some Googling, but I think it is connected to that.
I have another question. Do you notice there in the States or in Canada that travel has, I don't know if I mean travel, or that people have like kind of come back to the streets? Like, has it come back to some kind of regular rhythm since 2019 or since 2020, since the pandemic? Are those crowds that you saw in 2018 on certain days the same now?
Oh, here
Mm-hmm.
in Arkansas, they didn't ever believe Corona ever existed. So yeah, they're still kicking it.
So,
We had a hard enough time trying to get them to sit down. They the first time, yeah, they move like nothing happened.
Wow. I stayed home a lot during those first 2 years. I stayed home a lot anyway. But a friend of mine who worked, like he would go downtown and he would tell me that basically 2020, 2021, downtown Toronto was kind of like a ghost town, like nobody on the streets, very few people on the streets. And now there's lots of, I see people, you know, I feel like it's not the same volumes of people like during rush hour on the train. I think it's still less crowded than it would have been in 2019, 2018. And I'm grateful for that because I don't like crowds anyway, but yeah, definitely more than the last couple of years, but not as much as pre-COVID.
Yeah. Whitney?
Yeah, it's the same for like with Mo, because the people in the South, they just don't care. They're just gonna go out. They don't want you to say you can't go out. No, you have to stay home. I'll do what I want.
America.
Right.
Whenever I hear that, I always think of what was that movie? What was it called? Something America, World Police. What was it called? With the puppets?
Oh,
I don't know.
you're talking about, I can see it,
You
but I
said
don't
with a puppet?
And I think it was the same people who made like is it South Park? Or
yeah, it's not this, it's it's I know what you mean. Hold on.
America.
yeah, because they would say it like that in the movie
Mm-hmm.
and follow it up with F yeah.
The
And
world
it'd be like,
It's legit. It's legit a way of life. It's legit.
America.
Yeah, it's
Team
legit.
America Police, and they're all marionette puppets.
Team America, that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't see it. Oh, really? They were doing that. America.
Never watched.
It was hilarious. There was like a whole theme song in the movie
Really?
where they'd be
Oh
like,
my gosh.
America, F yeah.
Oh, okay. I did hear that.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a whole
Irony is
America.
very
Okay.
close to The Wire, the movie, but it was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah.
my God,
Okay.
that looks so weird.
They do. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's creepy. That's kind of creepy. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, here, no, they haven't actually they're not like back to where they were. However, excuse me. However, I know like they're having like big music concerts and things like we have this thing called Swedish Rock, have it every single year. And it's usually always crowded, packed. Of course, these last couple of years, no. And they opened it up again this year. The tickets, I think, are like almost twice the price. And people bought them.
Oh.
And
They're
I'm
living
like,
in a different economy than what we're living in.
no, because let me tell you, the prices here have gone up. They have gone up. Noticeably up. Things that I look at my freezer and I'm like, okay, we can go a little longer. You don't have to go shopping today, or you know. My husband has no clue. He's like, so he'll go shopping 2 days later. He don't care. He's like, you go shop? No, we don't need anything. Okay, now we do. Now we need something. But no, the prices here are crazy. They have gone up, and then the tickets, and it's not like you're buying this ticket and you're sitting. You're buying this ticket and you're standing. And I was like, oh no. Nah, I don't care how many bands are up there. I'm not going to stand for 7 or 8 hours just to see them. That's just...
That sounds terrible.
Like torture.
Yeah, that sounds like torture. What are we doing?
Why would I spend money for that? Any amount of money. You pay me to stand for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did it with a lot of outside concerts, like even like what was it? Tons of outside concerts that were in the States that they're standing in the park. People, they don't pay that much, but you have people out there standing, you know, and listening to, you know, all the bands play and all this and all that. But of course, they're not paying that much money. Well, they're not paying as much money. And then when they doubled the price, I was like, I will catch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It is cheaper. I cannot be spending all that money. But otherwise, like on the streets, yeah, it has gone down quite a bit. I think people have, I feel once people started working at home, thinking this will never work. I can't work at home. Now they home. They ain't trying to go back into the office. They're not trying to go back. They're like, you know what? I can do this home thing, you know, and which is a plus because of course, like you say, now there's not enough people on the train, not enough people on the road, not enough people in the streets. Because I used to walk through our central station and have to like dodge people all the time because they just don't move. And at one particular area, it was so crowded that I literally had to go through it like a footballer, like I had a blocker in front of me. So I had to get behind a person who was like, usually it's either someone tall or someone with bags and they're walking fast. I get behind that person.
Yeah.
And that's my blocker. I can get through here and ain't nobody gonna hit me. You know.
I'm usually that person.
You're that person.
Usually.
Thank you, person.
That's how I drive. I get behind whoever is speeding and just slow up a little bit and whip through traffic and follow them.
Because when you think about it, it's safer to drive at the speed of traffic. So if everyone is speeding and you're the only one driving at the speed limit, you're actually the hazard on the road. So you're doing what you're supposed to do.
True. But you know, it's different on foot. I remember I got knocked down on my back like a turtle.
Oh, you're kidding? Or you're serious?
I'm serious. I got knocked on my back, like I had my backpack on my back, and I'm walking, and this guy was coming toward me, and I think we both thought we moved enough, like shoulder wise, and he did not. I fell back like a turtle. I was on my back.
No.
That's so embarrassing. Oh no. Did he help you out?
Yes, and that was a big thing. If he had not stopped, I would have been cussing. Because he didn't realize it either. Because I think we both thought we moved enough, and he was walking to get from A to B, and I'm walking, kind of trying to get from A to B, and he, and he was like maybe an inch or two taller than me. It wasn't like there was some big. He just had more force. He had more determination of where he was going, more momentum.
Yeah, the momentum was on his side.
Truly. I was like, oh my God. And then I thought to myself, I am so glad that I had my backpack on, because that would have been my head. Because I hit back, and I was like, oh. And he was like, I'm so sorry. And I had to like literally like wait, catch my breath. Yeah, he helped me up and stuff like that. But oh my God, I remember that. And after the pandemic, and I'm walking through and I'm thinking, there's space. I can move through without getting knocked down.
Yo, this one time I was in Korea, and this was 2010, 2011, a long time ago. And this woman walked past me and she intentionally bumped into me. Like there was space. It was a very wide sidewalk. She didn't have to bump into me. But I could tell from the way she was looking at me as she approached that she was unhappy with the presence of a foreigner in her country. Or she just didn't like the look of me. I don't know. Anyway, she decided she was going to bump into me. And people bump into each other all the time in Korea because the line they give, or they used to give, is, oh, we're overpopulated, so it's kind of impossible not to bump into people. Ha ha ha. Okay, fine. So I had gotten used to being bumped into, just sort of like on the subway platform, if it's a crowded street, whatever, people bump into you, whatever. But But anyway, this woman decided that she wanted to, and she bumped into me extra hard. Like it hurt my shoulder because of how bony she was. But the joke is I was ready for her. Huh?
Why did she do that?
Because she's a jerk. And probably racist. And so she does this as she's walking past me. But and so it hurt in the way that like if someone jabs you with like their knuckle, that's gonna hurt. But problem for her was that I'm a solid woman. I'm solid, 5'7", and she was 5 feet. She was not that tall and super skinny, and I didn't move. So imagine bump into someone and be meeting a wall. So it hurt my skin, but it didn't move me. So she bumped into me and then
she bounced off.
Instant karma.
He didn't, and I'm like, I stopped moving because I saw it coming. So I was like, I'm not gonna walk. I'm just gonna stand here. And she did that, and I had like shored up my shoulders or whatever, and she just went, and then she looked at me, and I looked at her like,
yeah,
good.
What did you think was gonna happen? And she was like,
Like, go put some ice on that, honey, but keep walking.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to go, I'm not gonna go with you because Korean police they always favor Korean people. But I was like, ridiculous. So normally in crowds, I'll walk, and I think something about how I walk makes people move. But when they don't, like if I'm walking towards like a crowd of people, and I'm like, the sidewalk is this big, and there's one of me and 5 of you walking abreast, I just stop. Like I don't do the I don't do that. I walk up to them, and then either they clear a path or they don't, and I just stop, and then they have to figure out how they're going to get all 5 of them past me. And I'm like,
they should be single file at that point.
They don't think that way at even here. They be standing all over the sidewalk. I'm like, y'all can have this conversation against the wall. Well,
because I am following through the crowd.
You can't see everyone when you're walking 5 or 3 abreast anyway. One person is gonna get left out. So you might as well have 2, 2, 2, 2, or like 2 and 1 or 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make. And then if you see someone coming towards you, share the friggin' sidewalk. Like you know that what you're doing is, you know what I mean, inconsiderate of people walking like imagine 3 cars driving abreast, and one of those cars or even 2 of those cars are in the oncoming lane. That'd be ridiculous, but people do it when they walk because who cares?
They do that here too.
So as I walk, if I see that happening, whenever that happens, I just stop moving so that people are like, oh.
Yeah.
Move around you.
Like, yeah, figure it out. They walk around like ants. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to round the leaf? Bunch of Nimrods.
Not Nimrods. I haven't heard that word in forever.
We should bring it back. We're bringing it back.
We're bringing back Nimrods. Darn it.
I heard nitwit recently because I've been slowly making my way through Supernatural. You know that show? Someone said it's like season 7 or 10 or something like that. And I was like, nitwit. I haven't heard that word in a long time either.
Nitwit, dope. What other words can we bring back?
We say dope. I say dope all the time.
No, I mean not dope in the cool way, dope in the dopey way.
Oh.
It's like you big dope.
I'll be right back.
Those are always different. I enjoyed them very much. I said those always hit, and I enjoy them very much. I don't know why we ever stopped.
Speaking of hitting, one of us was surely hitting themselves when they was doing their dance thing on TikTok. I ain't gonna say who it was, but girl was gone. I was like, oh, girl, you was good, honey. I was one. No, listen to me now. Listen to me now. I was impressed. I was like, go girl. I know her. That's my girl. I know her. And then I'm like, I can't do that. Teach me how to do that.
I am
Now,
not.
first, what made you do that?
Okay. What happened was I saw a video of like the DJ was a really good DJ and he was doing a really good job and he was playing the music and the crowd was just like,
The super
y'all, come
most unseasoned
on.
chicken crowd you could have ever seen.
Yes. Why would y'all do who? They don't teach white people nothing. Y'all supposed to get down when this comes on. At least even here, though, when that comes on, it's common enough, like popular enough music that the white people know too. I don't know where they were at and who. You are supposed to break your back in. Is what there are just certain songs you're supposed to break your back to, and they just did not do any of it. And I was very frustrated with them. They did not deserve that DJ. And DJs are expensive. They did not deserve that DJ.
Well, that DJ deserved you because I was like,
I'm not even that good of a dancer. I just have the equipment. I'm not that great of a dancer at all.
well, for that moment and for that DJ and for that,
It helps to have the equipment.
Yeah, I don't have the rhythm nor the what do you
did
call
good
it?
in my opinion.
there you go.
Coordination.
I definitely don't have the equipment, but
You probably have more coordination and you probably can do it better than me. Nice. Y'all are.
I don't have the equipment nor the coordination.
I do
I
not
don't
have the
believe-
coordination. Not sure
That's
about
why
the
when
equipment, but
That's why I said in Discord I was so jealous. And then what's her name? Melody said, "Why were you jealous?" I was like, "Did you not see it?"
did you not see? I had to watch that a couple of times. I was like, girl
was
is
like,
going off.
Do y'all know the first time when she mentioned it, I thought she meant mellow, like Gooseby, like Melissa. I thought,
Oh
I was like,
no!
"Oh no, she's talking about you."
I'm sorry,
I was like,
Mo.
oh, me. She is
Yes,
me.
yes.
And then she
Oh,
tried to
it
hide
was
away.
like, yeah. Oh, hi.
That is you. Hi. You was just not taking nothing. You was like, I'm a dance for 'em if they can't.
Yeah.
Right.
Sucked. Oh, they sucked really bad.
Because then I was like, what is she talking about? I'm looking at the video. I'm like, yeah, they do look kind of boring.
They
were
sucked
just
so bad.
I don't even think they were even dancing. They kind of like some were talking. They were kind of moving around.
Yeah.
And then
No,
all of a sudden
some of
Mo
them were
said,
trying.
oh, okay. Then all of a sudden Mo said, shoot, I'm gonna give this DJ a thrill. I'm gonna make sure his music is appreciated.
Yeah, give the DJ what he deserved. If you like a good DJ is hard to come by too. Like we went to a couple of graduation parties. It's like graduation season here. The DJs were just so when you get a good DJ, you are supposed to like, yes, thank you for being here. It helps the party. Liven it up. That they did not pass the vibe check at all. And I don't even like that word, but they didn't pass it. They failed. Epic fail. Don't ever.
Well, I am glad that you were there to give the appreciation and show your appreciation. And I personally was glad to have seen this. It was so cool.
Not even that good. I was not even great of a dancer, but I was like, but I'll be damned now. What we're not gonna do.
Oh my God, V, did you see it?
You should not that great.
Wait, let me see if I can find it and I'm gonna send it to you. Hold on.
Thank you.
Probably dances better than me. Most people dance.
No, V,
better
you got
than
to
me.
see this. You have got to see this.
What is
Most
your name?
people dance
Is your
better.
name is username? It's got all them numbers beside it. And I
Yes,
was like,
that's
who
her.
is this? And then I saw it at first and I was like, oh, there she is.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
B, what's your name on here? Hold on, let me see. Oh shoot, I have to
just
look
put in
B
the
up too
chat.
because she's the.
You could take the link and put it in the chat.
Put it what in Discord?
No, this chat. Not in
Oh, so
Discord.
I'm using my phone.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on. Let me put it in. I'll send it to her in Discord.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do that. Because yes, that was.
Angelique, you are a good dancer, right? Right? You do the
She's
thing.
trying to deflect because we're talking about how she threw it down on TikTok.
I asked someone to send that to me and they never sent it to me.
Oh, I got it. I got you. I just sent it to V, so I'm gonna send it to you now.
V is okay. We're gonna end this on with a bang.
User-
Hey.
Chris, do you not know how to change your username, Mo, or do you just not want to?
It was a name and then it went away. And I don't know why it did that. And then I was like, well, screw it.
I thought the very first time I got like a comment from you, I thought it was like a bot, like a
Right.
who it's not like a real person, because that's usually what happens when it just says username and then a really long number.
Mhm.
It's usually someone they either just joined or they're like trying to stay anonymous.
Mm.
And then I think I saw the username, or not the username, I saw the profile picture, or I went to the profile and I saw a couple of your posts. I was like, oh, it's Mo. Okay. So now I know when I see that it's you.
My picture, I should change it for everything. It's Tamar Braxton, for whatever reason. I don't know if y'all know
Yes,
this.
I saw that. You got her tongue on
Like the Braxton sisters, when they get super excited and they yell, their eyes go opposite directions.
Mhm.
And it is like the best thing to me. What are you, Angelique? You're making me nervous. Anywho, their eyes go this way. When Trina got engaged, she did the same thing. Like she yelled and got super excited, and both her eyes went this way. I was like, I like that. I think
I
it's super
did that
funny.
anyway.
Yeah, and I think it's
Wonderful.
adorable, and so I kept it.
And it's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad you.
What are we doing, Angelique? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Just
did you see the video? Have you looked at the video?
saw my live reaction.
I
To
don't-
Mo.
Uh-huh.
I hide. Okay.
I can dance better than live. And she did.
Right. And then she talking about she don't know what she listen, ma'am. I could
I'm
not do
ma'am.
half of what you're doing.
dancer.
Miss ma'am.
I'm
I
not.
could not do
though.
half of
Someone said,
Why? Y'all are full.
right.
Miss
Same
ma'am.
V.
ma'am, they do not have the same equipment as you.
That is true, but you don't have to. The moves is the same. The moves is the moves, whether the equipment is there or not. The moves is the moves.
You had it going on.
Oh,
You had it. You was dropping it like it was seriously hot. Flames, torches.
Mo,
Yes.
Mo.
Huh?
Carl wants me to send it to him. Can I send it to him?
You can send it to him.
I mean, Carl listens to you on TikTok. does he not?
That's between you and your wife, sir. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I just want to put that out there. I don't. If your wife be fine with you looking at the videos of the chicks doing the thing, fine. If your wife is not cool, don't you look. You close your eyes. You delete, and it never happens.
Right. Pretend you did not see.
Yeah, because what I'm not about to do is disrespect the missus. I will not. Won't be a part of that.
Mm-mm.
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 Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
Oh,
This just had a baby? No. Hormones? No. Have her come up, drive. We not that far. Drive up here and kick my ass? Absolutely not. Nope.
What a good thing this is recorded.
And with that,
You should just share your screen and play it for everybody.
No, let's not.
oh heck
YouTube's
no.
gonna take it.
Let's not.
Oh no.
No.
No, but that I
Carla's like, what the hell are you doing in this video? She's
What you mean, Carl?
What did you think I was
she just working
dancing? I am
dancing
to the
she's doing
She's
the
doing the
dance.
Macarena.
She's
There you
dancing
go.
appropriately
Hey, Macarena.
Because of music. Yes, I'm this. That was my jam back in the day.
Yes. Yes, the attitude.
Truly.
I saw that. There's this. No, but V said,
Yes,
she had it all. She was using them shoulders, had the attitude with the neck and the hair. Yes.
Oh.
Oh my
Perfect.
God.
Perfect.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for today. I've had a good time. It's so good when I always talk with y'all. It's always so much fun. And I hope everyone out there had a great time with us. I'm sure there will be more chit chat about Derek in the later years because he just got stuff going on that's going to always be going on.
Because y'all know I have not watched anything. So when y'all were talking about the Derrick Jackson thing, because I was like, oh, I had to pretend like I knew what was going on. I have not watched anything.
Good. Don't watch.
No loss.
Did you
Because
see
I remember hearing about it before, but
Mhm.
nothing of the recent time.
No
Did you watch?
loss.
Here's the thing when they talked about it.
Ma'am,
Last
I
week.
am months behind. I'm probably no, I'm definitely months behind on Here's the Thing. So
Oh, wow.
3 months. 3 months or 6.
I just I don't
I
try
said
to go.
months.
Tons to catch
3
up
months.
on. 3
3
months.
months.
6.
6. Tons to catch up on. It's all right, baby. It's okay. Just watch the last one.
It's like the latest. It's like the last one they did. Or
Yeah,
the-
just look at the last one they did. But I'm
Oh,
glad
wow.
to have been with you, ladies. And I'm glad everyone joined us. You can also rewatch if you choose to, but I'm glad y'all were here with us this evening, this afternoon, this morning. I'm trying to cover all the time zones now. I think I did. But I know. But hopefully see you guys again next month on Zooming in Comfort. Bye.
Bye.
Like and
Love you,
subscribe.
baby.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Push the button.
Pew, pew, pew.